Alright, hey guys, I'm back with a new video. In today's video, we're going to be going over how to cop the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2's Zebras. Now, these Zebras are so fire in my opinion, and this shoe is actually going to be releasing on November 9th, 2018 for its third release. It's a re-release, not a restock, this third release. November 9th, it'll be at a price of $220 retail. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over how to cop it, some resale predictions, some tips and jigs, and how you can even bypass certain errors on Adidas.com. So to start it off, here's a look at the shoe. This is going to be its third release. This first shoe initially released in February of 2017, and resale at that point was crazy, about $1,500. Then we did have a second release in June of 2017 for a second chance for users to buy this shoe. And now once again we do have another release of these Zebras, and it's gonna be it's gonna be a re-release, which means a new manufacturing date, not a restock. A lot of people don't know the difference between a re-release and restock. A restock is old pairs from a earlier release date, and they just put those pairs back for purchase. But this is a re-release, which means the shoes are being made again, not just old shoes from a previous release that they're just putting back for purchase. Now, to start off, where you can buy the shoe, of course, we do have November 9th. We have 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern time on Adidas.com US. I'll get more into how to cop there later in the video. But then we do have East Bay, Foot Locker, Champ Sports, Foot Action, and I believe there was one more, Finish Line. And I would actually not recommend buying from any of these websites. I'll get more into that on the how to cop and resale prediction portion of the video. I would just stick to Adidas US. Don't even try to use Yeezy supply. Just stick to Adidas US. And now let's just get into the how to cop portion of the video. Alright, and for the how to cop portion of the video, now let me just start out by saying you want to only purchase these Zebras from Adidas US. Don't go to any of the foot sites, Yeezy Supply, anything. It will actually be very, very easy to cop on Adidas US if you do it the right way and properly. I can almost guarantee that you'll get a pair for personal and also resale. I'll get more into that later. So starting on Adidas US, the first thing you want to do is so the splash page. So on Adidas US, whenever you're buying Yeezys, there's always a splash page, which means the shoe will load up and it'll eventually say you're in the splash page, and it'll have the little loading symbol up there. And that usually comes up maybe about 20 minutes before 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Then you can't purchase when you're in that. Then stock goes live a little after 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern time, usually about like 10:20 or 7:20. So that's a good time if you don't want to do it in advance. You can set up your Chrome users at that time. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll go more into that a little later. So you'll go from the splash page to the actual stock, and once you get there, you'll actually be able to select your size and purchase the shoe. Now, if you want to get the shoe for resale, I would recommend buying all the resale pairs immediately. And this because the camera keeps stop recording. But anyways, like I was saying, you want to go for all of the resale pairs first, and then your personal pair if you are interested in that. Or if you don't want to resale, just go for your personal pair. But there is a possibility that it might sit for a little while after Adidas starts after pretty much the queue is gone. There's no splash page anymore, no waiting room. But pretty much what you want to do is you want to make a bunch of Chrome users. I mentioned that in an earlier video called How to Get Any Yeezy for Retail. I went over the multiple people jig, but let me just go over it really quick and really short. Now, as you guys can see, I have a lot of Chrome users down here. And so what do you want to do is, let's say you want to use Chrome. Obviously, of course, you can only use Chrome for this. I don't think any other browser will work. But when you're on your Chrome user, you want to go to the top right where it'll have a person. it could be a person symbol that you already made or anything, but as it says person 29 for me, you want to click on your person, you want to drag all the way down to the bottom, and unless you've already know the multiple people jig and you have Chrome users, you want to go to the bottom where it says manage people. You want to click on that. Then it'll have all your people, or it might not if you don't know what the multiple people jig is. You want to hit add person. You don't really have to name it or even select any of these. Then you can just click add, and as you guys can see, a brand new Chrome user comes up, and you want to go to adidas.com/Yeezy, since this is where it's going to be released on the zebras. Then what you want to do is, alright, so you want to star the page, which will actually bookmark it. You want to click on it, just hit OK. You want to show your bookmark bar just in case anything ever happens. You just want to have this bookmarked just so that you don't have to manually retype the website for every single Chrome user. It is a little time consuming, but I mean, it's worth it at the end of the day if you stick around for the resale part of this video. Have all your Chrome users, so which is all good. Then that's pretty much it. You want to just, if you're on Mac, you want to hit F3, which will allow me to view all my Chrome users at once. So once I'm in the splash page, I'll have the little loading symbol somewhere up here. Then once I get in, it'll show me. Then I can just click on that specific Chrome user. Very, very simple and very useful because Adidas tracks you by your cookies. And every single Chrome user has different cookies, which allows you to use as many Chrome users as your computer can handle. You don't want to overrush it or overflow it because then your computer might crash. So I think I'm good where I am. But anyways, that's a multiple people jig. Now for some errors and tips to bypass it. So when you're viewing all your Chrome users, let's say one of them comes up with some white page and it says some error and they've banned you or blocked you, and for prevention of bots so that the manual users can do better. What you actually want to do in that situation, you want to close out that tab. You want to click on the three dots, the settings. You want to go to history, go to history, Command Y. Now I'm on my history, as you guys can see. Then I want to hit clear browsing data. And then you want to, over here, you want to hit cookies. So that'll clear your cookies. So now you'll be all good. Then once you go back to the page, then you'll be able to get back in the waiting room, and that Chrome user will be working again. So that's one really useful tip that you can bypass. I would call it the bot prevention jig. You just want to clear your cookies and that tab, reset it all, and then you're good to go. You can get back to work, and you can view all of your Chrome users right here. I probably have 30 or 31. So that's it for the multiple people jig and the bot prevention jig. Now, one other error that I found useful is the captcha loop. Now, if you get stuck in the captcha loop, which means you keep answering the captcha correct, but it keeps making you redo it, don't worry. Sometimes it does take about 2 minutes to 3 minutes. It requires a lot of captchas for you to finish, for you to get out of that loop. Or if you want to take a risk, it is a pretty big risk, but it could be good. You want to actually hit the back button over here. That can be good. That might not be good. So yeah, I would just recommend going through those captchas for about 2 to 3 minutes, and if that doesn't work after a couple minutes, then you can just hit the back button, although there is a chance that it might take you back to the splash page, but at least, I mean, it's better than it. At least you'll be able to use that Chrome user again. You might be able to get back in. So there's the captcha loop jig. Now the payment processing jig. This is something that's hard to do or hard to get by, so I don't really want to talk too much about it. It's just that they won't accept your payment. In that case, you might want to hit the back button if it keeps happening over and over again. But again, this one is really hard to prevent. So that's pretty much it for the tips and jigs. I went over some resale info, how to cop the shoe, mainly the multiple people jig as well. Again, stick to Adidas US. Don't go Yeezy Supply or anything else because your size will be very easy to cop, and so will resale pairs. Now, regarding resale, I'm not going to get into my resale predictions yet, but if you're going to go for resale, I would definitely recommend that you get in you set up all your Chrome users in advance so you can get in immediately as soon as the stock goes live. Then the first size you want to go for resale is a size 16. I cannot stress it enough. Do not go for anything except a size 16 if you have that opportunity. I do think that with the multiple people jig and a bunch of Chrome users, that we will actually be able to cop a size 16 through this jig. Size 16 will have the most resale. Then I believe you want to go for a 14.5 if Adidas loads it up. Then a 14, then 6.5, 5.5, and 4.5. And those are going to be the main sizes for resale. Again, I'll get more into the actual money part a little later. But first, you want to go for 16. Then I believe 14.5 if Adidas has that size available. Then 14, 6.5, 5.5, 4.5. You can put it 12.5 somewhere in there, but just make sure that you go for a size 16 first, no matter what. So that's pretty much going to conclude the how to cop portion of the video. You just want to get all your Chrome users set up in advance for the multiple people jig. You want to pay attention to what I said for those error bypasses, how you can be able to cop. I'm actually going to be personally going for about 4 or 5 resale pairs. Mainly, I'm going to try and go for size 16s. Then I'm going to grab a personal size. And one thing I also want to mention, I forgot to earlier, but if you want to go for a size for yourself, then I would actually recommend going half a size up because the toe box is a little small. You want to go half size up than your normal size. So I'm a size 9, so I'm going to go for a size 9.5 in these Yeezys. But again, that's I just can't stress the multiple people jig enough. You really want to use that. Make sure you don't overflow and crash your computer. So I think I probably have 30 or 31. I think that's good enough for me. I don't want to risk it, but I will use a second computer so I can get a total of 60 to 70 Chrome users. But other than that, let's just jump into some resale predictions. If you're going for resale, go for a size 16 first. I can't stress that enough. Now, I'm just going to use StockX for example, because most people, when they buy resale, they do tend to sell on StockX, except for the common sizes. But if you're going for resale, you don't want to go for the common sizes for the zebras, because then the shoe will be very minimal profit, not decent profit at all. So again, go for a size 16 first. So actually a size 16, if you're luckily able to cop it, you will actually be able to sell it. Right now these sell for about in the mid 600s actually. If you look at it, yeah, I believe it is the mid 600s if I'm correct. So with the total drop after more pairs go into circulation, even though there's a lot of pairs, 16s, there still won't be as much. Even the cream Yeezys, which had rumors of 1,000,000 pairs, size 16 is still in the mid 400s. But since this is more sought after and less stock, I do believe that a size 16 will probably sell for about 500. So after seller fees and everything, you will probably get about $200 profit. But what I really want to mention, hopefully if you guys watch it, you're sticking around to this portion, since the shoe does release on November 9th, you will probably get your pairs from Adidas, I would assume about a week later, maybe the 17th, but of course most people do have their pairs by then, so price will be at the lowest. But what I would actually stress is wait another week or two, just until Black Friday and Thanksgiving, because then StockX, usually on holidays and events like these, and especially Black Friday, they will actually drop their seller fees for sneakers and streetwear for that day. So, for example, for Halloween, I think it was 3.1% seller fees. For Black Friday, I would assume maybe 5 or 6% seller fees, which means you can maximize your profit. A lot of people won't think about it, haven't really thought about that, but I figured Since StockX always does do stuff like this, you will actually be able to maximize your profit by waiting until Thanksgiving and Black Friday once they do drop their seller fees for that day. So again, size 16, you will get about $200 profit normally, and then more than that once they drop their seller fees. Regarding other resale, let's say you don't get a 16, maybe you get a 14 and a half, which I'm not sure if they do load that up. So I'm just going to say, for example, a 14. Maybe this will go for about 300 at that point. So again, after seller fees, you should wait for Black Friday. Then maybe you can get a chance of getting $20 to $30. Then regarding the lower sizes, maybe like a 6.5 or a 4.5. Again, those will be about $300, which means very minimal profit. So size 16, I can't stress it enough. Go for that the most. Then that's going to be it for the resale. And if you want to cop a personal pair like me, I'm going to go for resale and personal pair. I won't really get too much resale, but this is a very, very fire shoe in my opinion. So I'm going to be rocking one of these as well. And that's pretty much going to be it for some errors, tips, how to cop resale, release info, everything. I really do hope that you guys do cop the shoe. I'll be making a live cop video. I don't believe I'll be going actually live just because I don't have too many viewers right now. But I will be making a live cop and a sneaker review once I get these pairs in hand from Adidas. But other than that, it's been me, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.